Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today we're trying the Glenlivet 200th Anniversary Edition. 12 years old, 43% ABV. And it's, a pleasure to announce that Glenlivet is becoming 200 years old. I don't think I had the pleasure yet of trying a Glenlivet before here on my cask. I think that all went to Horst, and up till now we didn't have that good connections with Glenlivet yet. But we are getting into that, and now we are having a bit more connections with Pernod Ricard, the company behind Glenlivet. And let's have a look what this new Glenlivet 200 Anniversary Edition is all about. The Glenlivet, I have not been into the distillery. I've been around the distillery and have a look in the visitor center, but unfortunately I haven't had a look into the full distillery. But you can have a look into the still house from the street, and it's a big still house. It has very massive stills, and quite many of them. And Glenlivet is kind of, like the mother brand, I would say. Glen means valley and Livet is the Livet. And there are many distilleries in the Glenlivet, the valley of the river Livet. So a lot of distilleries had Glenlivet written on their casks and some on their bottlings in the years before. And that is because that is more or less like a regional brand. So the brand Glenlivet is somewhat a bit hard to define, because it's a local name, and a lot of distilleries have local names as a distillery. So it is kind of a good code of honor to not just build another Glenlivet distillery in the Glen of the Livet. Everybody knows Glenlivet is one distillery, but there might be older bottlings where Glenlivet has a place on there. It was founded in 1824, so 2024 is the 200 years anniversary. It is mostly single malt, and we are trying only a single malt here, and some of it actually goes into the Chivas Regal blend. So you might find some notes of Glenlivet in the flavor profile of Glenlivet here. And let's talk about the bottling. It's it's an artsy bottling. Let's have a look at the bottle. Here you can see, there you go, a bit more sharpness, here's some light. And there was a company called Talent House, I think a marketing company, and they actually got in touch with a lot of designers around the world and try to motivate them to make an unconventional design for the bottle, and they succeeded in that. And so you see a lot of production and a lot of whiskey themed stuff and flavors all around here, with citrus and malt and pot stills and grasses and I don't know, something well, and the founder, it's Mr. Smith, and a lot of Glenlivet bottlings and the train, and that is all around Glenlivet. And it's all hand drawn, but then printed on. Okay. And here it says it's a 43% fully matured and American oak cask. First fill American oak. Glenlivet is a typical Speysider. Do they call themselves Speyside, or do they call themselves Highland? Neither. Neither. They say single malt Scotch whiskey, but it's a nice vanilla, very bloomy, very citrusy character. So this these lemons on there, they might have a bit of a a theme going on there. Definitely that lemon touch, but a very round lemon touch. It's a mild one. It's a entry-level whiskey, I would say. You could easily use that for beginners as well. But it's a very, I would say, pleasant smell. Even a whiskey connoisseur might enjoy such a pleasant, nice American oak whiskey. Vanilla. What I find strange is there is a bit of that almonds, bitter almonds kind of taste to it. Kind of hefty even for a first fill American oak. Don't get me wrong, it's fruity, it has caramel, but it has a good amount of oakiness in that. I don't know if I want to call it spiciness or nuttiness, and fresh nuttiness, fresh walnuts. Yeah. 200 years anniversary. It's non-smoky, so it is beginner friendly, and has a lot of that American oak. So if you like that, these bourbon cask finished or bourbon cask whiskies and American oak cask whiskies, this is really hefty bourbon flavor in there. So it has a good amount of it. Even feels like a little bit like a fresh cask in there. Maybe they mean that first fill American oak cask. That would be, if you feel it fresh, it's the first fill. But I think what they mean is that they had bourbon in there before. Yeah, that was it with my take to the Glenlivet 200th anniversary edition. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.